Alright guys, welcome back to another Slashback challenge review. And the theme that Joel the Horror Man has set for this week is 80s slashers. And the film I chosen to review this week is 1988's Nightmare Beach. Before I begin the review though, I'd like to give a shout out to Andrew Bellina. He had mentioned this film in his top 20 80s slasher movie list. And I originally was going to review another movie, but based on his recommendation I decided to go with this one instead. So I'm happy that I did, for the most part. This film is kind of hard for me to describe because there's so much going on in this movie. It's not your standard 80s slasher film. So essentially we'll start with the beginning. At the beginning of the film, the head of this biker gang is executed for a crime that he may or may not have committed. And a few days later, his body is stolen from the cemetery, and then a series of murders start happening to the party goers at spring break. That's pretty much the plot of this one, but there's a lot more going on in this one. It's such a weird film. You have a biker gang that's upset about the loss of their leader, and they're just pissed off in general at the police. And we have the police and the mayor who have no intention of solving these crimes. For some reason, they'd rather just cover it up. We have two guys that are best bros that are coming into town to try to get laid. And we have the bartender whose sister was murdered supposedly by the gang leader. So that's pretty much the dynamic of this film. There's also some mini characters as well, which is kind of odd. For me, this is kind of like a peanut butter cup of a movie. Like, I could just see it in my mind now. There's like one driver is like a screenwriter who wrote this giallo movie, and the other driver is this guy that wrote a teen sex comedy, and then the cars collide, and then the pages of the scripts get mixed up, and they decided to make a movie. Also, the killer's choice of weapon is really odd as well. Like, instead of killing people with a knife, he electrocutes them. So the film isn't really bloody, but there's lots of scenes of people getting electrocuted and stuff like that, and catching on fire and stuff, which is kind of amusing in itself. There's also a bunch of funny side characters that don't really get developed. They just get like these vignettes. Like, we have one girl that's like a prostitute, and she's doing her hustle with older men. We have another guy that's kind of a prankster that's always making people think he's hurt. And we have another dude that's just stealing money to get by during spring break. So I did enjoy this film a lot. Like, this one stars John Saxon and Michael Parks. And Michael Parks is the town doctor, and John Saxon is the sheriff of the town. This is such a weird film. The economy too. Like, they're like in almost in different movies. Like, John Saxon is playing this movie straight. Now, Michael Parks he's supposed to be like a drunk, so he's always drinking after something happens. I do enjoy it. This movie's a really fun movie. Like, I didn't think I'd like this one that much, so thank you, Andrew, for the recommendation on this one. If you haven't seen this film yet, try to watch this one with your friends though, because it's a really fun watch, especially with some friends and some beers. Alright guys, that's my review for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all next time.